Guess they hire anyone now. Captain Ethan Blackwell's voice cuts through the Friday night buzz of the Pacific Watch like a blade through silk. Sharp, deliberate, loud enough for 40 people to hear. Maya Kingston doesn't flinch. She's on her knees, surrounded by shattered glass and spreading pools of amber liquid. 6, maybe 7 pint glasses lie broken across the scuffed hardwood floor of the bar just outside Naval Amphibious Base Pearl Harbor. Her hands move methodically, picking up the larger shards first, depositing them into her black plastic tray with practice efficiency. The bar sits just beyond the main gate, close enough to smell the salt air rolling off the Pacific, far enough to pretend civilian rules apply. Wood-paneled walls hold decades of Navy history, frame photographs of SEAL teams past, plaques commemorating operations no one talks about anymore. The ceiling fans turn lazy circles, pushing around air thick with the smell of beer, fried food, and something else. Testosterone, maybe, or judgment. Maya's uniform is simple. Black polo shirt with the Pacific Watch logo stitched over the heart. Dark jeans, non-slip shoes. Her brown hair is pulled back into a tight bun. At 5'4", she's unremarkable in a room full of warriors. Easy to overlook, easy to underestimate. Ethan leans back in his chair, arms crossed over a chest that speaks of hours in the gym. He's 38, built like a linebacker with hair clipped military short and a jawline that could cut diamonds. His polo shirt bears the SEAL trident over the left breast. Real gold thread. The kind you earn, not buy. He wears it like armor. Like proof. I mean, seriously, Ethan continues, playing to his audience of 4 other SEALs. Standards must be slipping. Next thing you know, they'll let anyone serve us. Maya's jaw tightens, then smooths. Her gray eyes remain fixed on the task. The breathing comes automatically. 4 seconds in through the nose. 4 seconds hold. 4 seconds out through the mouth. 4 seconds hold. The pattern her father taught her. Then she sees it. The ring. It's rolled under Ethan's chair, barely visible in the dim lighting. Silver, but not the cheap kind. The metal catches what little light filters down from the overhead fixtures, throwing back a dull gleam. Maya's hand freezes for half a second, long enough for her pulse to skip. Not long enough for anyone to notice. She reaches for it. Slow, careful. Her fingertips brush the cold metal just as Ethan's boot comes down, trapping her hand against the floor, not hard enough to hurt. Hard enough to make a point. Well, well. Ethan bends forward. What do we have here? He lifts his boot, and Maya pulls her hand back. The ring comes with it, clasped between her thumb and forefinger. She rises to her feet in one smooth motion. Ethan plucks it from her grasp. Nice prop. He holds it up to the light, turning it slowly. The trident gleams. Eagle, anchor, and pistol, all forged into a single symbol. Every SEAL knows that image. Most civilians do, too, thanks to movies and recruitment posters. But this one is different. The weight is right. The detail is precise. The wear patterns along the edges speak of years, not weeks. Ethan's smile doesn't reach his eyes. eBay special. Give it back. Maya's voice is low. Controlled? Why? Ethan tilts his head. This yours? Because last I checked, you're serving drinks, not diving in Hawaii. It belonged to my father. Funny. My father used to say that, too. He pauses, lets the silence stretch. Before he realized lying about service is a federal offense. Maya's hand doesn't waver. I'm not lying. Sure, you're not. Ethan tosses the ring into the air, catches it. Tell you what, you want this back. Prove it's legit. Otherwise, he slips it into his pocket. Finders keepers. In the corner booth near the bar's front window, a man who's been nursing the same beer for an hour straightens slightly. Master Chief Vincent Garrett. Retired. Age 65. Wearing a worn leather jacket over a faded SEAL veteran t-shirt and a baseball cot pulled low. His weathered face, all hard lines and sun damage, turns toward the commotion. His eyes narrow. Maya holds Ethan's gaze for 3 seconds. Then she turns and walks toward the back. Her hands are steady. The tray of broken glass doesn't rattle. Ease up. Blackwell. The voice comes from a booth near the back wall. Deeper. Older. Commander Jackson River sits with 2 other officers, all in civilian clothes, but carrying themselves like they're still in uniform. Jackson is 52, gray threading through his close-cropped hair, with the kind of lean build that speaks of distance running rather than powerlifting. His face is weathered in the way of men who've spent years squinting into sun and wind. The lady's just trying to do her job, just calling it like I see it. Sir. Ethan's tone carries the barest edge of respect. Stolen valor is everywhere these days. Jackson says nothing. He lifts his water glass, takes a slow sip, but Maya notices his eyes follow her. Calculating, considering. The kitchen is all stainless steel and harsh fluorescent lighting. The smell of fryer grease hangs heavy. 2 cooks work the line, barely glancing up as Maya dumps the broken glass into the trash. She moves to the small employee break room off to the side, a closet-sized space with a single folding chair and a scratched mirror on the wall. She pulls a small cloth from her pocket, unfolds it carefully. Inside sits an identical ring. The real one, the one Ethan just pocketed, is a replica swapped so smoothly that no one noticed. Sleight of hand. Learned from a father who believed in redundancy. Maya cleans the ring with slow, deliberate strokes. The trident catches the light. Her thumb traces the worn inscription on the inner band. Letters so small they're almost invisible. Nathan Kingston. Go 7. Not yet. Dad, she whispers. The door swings open. Lieutenant Emma Sullivan leans in, 31 years old, wearing the khaki uniform of a Navy lieutenant. Her auburn hair is pulled back in a regulation bun, and her blue eyes carry genuine concern. You okay? Fine. Maya slips the ring onto a chain around her neck, tucks it under her shirt. That was Blackwell, wasn't it? Emma moves fully into the room, lets the door close behind her. They've known each other since high school. Back when Maya was just a military kid bouncing between bases. And Emma was the daughter of a Marine colonel. Their friendship survived deployments, distance, and dramatically different career paths. He took my father's ring. Emma's expression hardens. The real one. A copy. Maya touches her chest. But he doesn't know that. What are you going to do? What I came here to do. Finish what my father started. 2 hours later, the Pacific Watch is packed shoulder to shoulder. Friday night and payday colliding to create the perfect storm of noise and chaos. Maya moves through the crowd with practiced efficiency, delivering drinks, clearing tables, always watching, always listening. Vincent Garrett has moved from his corner booth to the bar itself, positioning himself with a clear line of sight to Ethan's table. When Maya passes close enough, he speaks without looking at her, his voice pitched low beneath the surrounding noise. Your father was Go 7, Nathan Kingston, one of the best operators I ever knew. Served together for 12 years. Watched him become one of the finest SEALs in the teams. Maya doesn't stop moving, but her hand trembles slightly. He died in Afghanistan. The official story says, equipment failure during a night operation. 8 men lost. Vincent takes a slow sip. But that's not the whole truth. Is it? No, it's not. And you're here because the man who got my father killed is sitting 20 FT away, wearing a uniform he doesn't deserve. Vincent nods slowly. Whatever you're planning. Girl, make it count, because you'll only get one shot. I intend to. Commander Jackson Rivers appears at Mia's elbow. Miss Kingston, could I have a word? Mia follows him to a quiet alcove. Jackson studies her face before speaking. Nathan Kingston was under my command when he died. I knew something was wrong with the official report. The timeline didn't add up. The equipment failures were too convenient. Then why didn't you say something? I tried. My commanding officer shut down every inquiry I attempted. Jackson's jaw tightens. But I never forgot. And I never stopped looking for answers. I know who. Maya's voice is steady. Captain Ethan Blackwell was part of it. He received payments to falsify reports. And behind him is someone bigger. Someone with enough power to bury the truth for 10 years. How do you know this? My father left evidence hidden. Encrypted. Maya touches the chain beneath her shirt. He spent his last hours building a case. He knew he'd never get to prosecute, so he left it for me. What kind of evidence? Recordings. Documents. Financial records showing a fraud scheme. Communications logs. Enough to convict a dozen people. And tonight, I'm going to expose all of it. How? Watch and learn. Commander, just be ready when it happens. At 10:30, the lights dim slightly. The jukebox cuts out, replaced by the sharp feedback of a microphone. Every head turns toward the small stage area where Maya stands holding a wireless microphone, a laptop open on the table beside her. Can I have everyone's attention? Please. What the hell? Ethan starts to stand, but Vincent Garrett has materialized behind him. One hand on his shoulder, pressing him back down. Sit tight. Captain! I think you'll want to hear this. My name is Maya Kingston. Most of you know me as a waitress here. What you don't know is that I'm the daughter of Master Chief Nathan Kingston. Call sign Go 7. He died 10 years ago in Afghanistan, along with 7 other members of his SEAL team. The official report called it equipment failure. Tragic. Unavoidable. She pauses. That report was a lie. The room explodes into murmurs as Maya raises her hand. My father knew he was being set up. He knew someone in the command structure was dirty. So he documented everything, recorded everything, encrypted everything. And he left it for someone who could finish what he started. She touches the laptop. This contains everything. Procurement fraud, falsified equipment reports, communication showing deliberate intelligence manipulation. And at the center of it all, Maya turns to face Ethan. Captain Ethan Blackwell. That's insane. Ethan's voice is loud, aggressive. I don't know what kind of game you're playing. Of taking bribes to falsify equipment reports. Maya's voice cuts through. Of accepting payment to look the other way when weapons and gear were replaced with substandard knockoffs of providing false intelligence that led 8 men into an ambush. Prove it. Actually, I can. Maya clicks the laptop. Because my father recorded your conversations with Colonel Marcus Steele. All of them. The recording that plays is crystal clear. Ethan's voice. Younger but unmistakable. The financial details need to be adjusted before the audit. If anyone starts asking questions about the equipment discrepancies. Another voice. Older. Commanding. Let me worry about questions. Your job is to make sure the paperwork matches the story we're telling. I can do it. But if this comes back on me, it won't. We've been running this operation for months now, and even if someone started asking questions, they'd have to go through channels that we control. What about Kingston? He's been looking at the inventory reports. Then we deal with Kingston. The recording continues. Details emerge. Payments. Falsified documents. Equipment swapped out for cheaper alternatives. And then the final conversation. Ghost Team's mission. The intelligence that positioned them for an ambush. The equipment failures that weren't failures at all, but deliberate sabotage. Blackwell, we have a problem. Kingston found the discrepancies. He's filing a formal complaint. Can you stop it? Not through official channels. He's already got documentation. Then we use the Afghanistan operation. Send his team in with the compromised equipment. Make it look like combat losses. Relay the coordinates. Let nature take its course. And, Blackwell, if you ever breathe a word of this, remember that I have recordings of every payment you accepted. You're in this as deep as I am. The recording ends. The bar explodes with movement. Seals surging toward Ethan. Voices overlapping. Jackson River steps between them. Arms out. Stand down. All of you. This is not how we handle this. Ethan looks around wildly. That recording is fake. Anyone can fake audio these days. The metadata checks out. Maya's voice cuts through. Timestamps. Encryption signatures. Chain of custody documentation. My father knew someone was dirty, so he recorded everything and left it for someone who could finish the job. Who was giving orders? Jackson demands. Who was it? Ethan's face crumbles. Colonel Marcus Steele. He was in charge of procurement for Special Operations Command, running a fraud scheme, selling equipment to contractors, buying cheaper replacements, pocketing the difference. Kingston found discrepancies, started asking questions. Steele needed him gone, and you helped him. I didn't have a choice. Ethan's shout is desperate. Steele had evidence I'd taken bribes, small ones at first, but enough to end my career. He owned me. You had a choice. Maya's voice is quiet, but everyone hears it. You chose your career over 8 lives. You chose money over brothers. You chose to let my father die rather than face consequences. I'm sorry. It sounds genuine. Broken. I've lived with this every single day. Don't. Jackson cuts him off. 8 men died. 8 families were destroyed. And you've been walking around wearing that uniform, acting like a hero. He pulls out his phone. Base Security Commander Jackson Rivers. I need military police at the Pacific Watch. Immediately. I have a captain in custody pending court-martial for criminal negligence and conspiracy to commit murder. Minutes later, 3 military police officers arrive. They take Ethan into custody. No struggle. As they lead him past Maya, he stops. For what it's worth. Your father was the best of us. He deserved better. He did. And now everyone will know that. They take him away. Jackson turns to face the crowd. Listen up. What you witnessed tonight is classified. Do not discuss this outside secure channels. This is an active investigation. Operational security applies. Understood. A chorus of yes. Sir replies. Jackson turns to Maya. Walk with me. They step out outside into the cool night air. The fog has rolled in thick. Jackson leads her toward the parking lot. Your father recruited you before he died. Not exactly. Maya pulls her jacket tighter. He left instructions. Contingencies. He knew something might happen. So he prepared me. Trained me without me realizing it. Left clues I wouldn't understand until I was ready. I've spent 10 years preparing for this moment. And Steele, do you know where he is? Retired. Lives in Honolulu. Gated community in Kahala. Maya recites the address. I've been watching him for 3 months. Jackson pulls out his phone, makes a call. This is Commander Rivers. I need Naval Criminal Investigative Service dispatched to Kahala. Subject is retired Colonel Marcus Steele. Wanted for conspiracy, fraud, and accessory to murder of 8 Navy SEALs. He provides the address. They'll have him in custody within the hour. Good. Your father was my mentor, my friend, when he died. I knew something was wrong. Jackson's voice catches. But I had no proof, no leverage. He looks at the ring. He really left all that evidence. Everything? Maya slips the ring back onto its chain. He spent his last hours building a case he knew he'd never get to prosecute. So you did it for him. I did it for the truth. And because 8 men deserve justice. What will you do now? I want my father's name cleared. I want the record to show that Ghost Team died because of corruption, not incompetence. And I want every person involved held accountable. You'll get that. I promise. Jackson extends his hand. Your father would be proud. Thank you. Commander. She climbs into her car, starts the engine. As she's pulling out, her phone buzzes. Text message. Unknown number. Ghost 7. Tower 4 sends regards. Your father's last target is still active. Coordinates attached. A file downloads automatically. Maya pulls over. Opens it. Inside are satellite images, geographic coordinates, and a name. Senator Helena Crawford. Defense Appropriations Committee. Maya replies. Who is this? 3 dots appear. Then a friend of your father's. Someone who has been watching, waiting. The coordinates lead to evidence Crawford buried 15 years ago. Evidence that will bring down the entire conspiracy. But you'll need to move fast. She knows Blackwell was arrested. She's already covering her tracks. Maya sits in her, the ring warm against her chest. She types back. How much time do I have? Response, 72 hours. Maybe less. After that, the evidence disappears forever. Maya shifts her car into drive, heading toward the coordinates. Because this isn't over. The truth isn't fully exposed. And Ghost 7's daughter has work to finish. As she drives through fog-shrouded streets, her phone buzzes again. A voicemail. Vincent Garrett's growly voice fills the car. Miss Kingston wanted you to know word's spreading fast. SEALs are talking. Your father's being remembered the way he deserves as a hero. As a man who died trying to stop corruption. A pause. He left you his dog tags. Been keeping them safe all these years. Figure it's time you had them. Stop by tomorrow. I'll be at the bar. The message ends. Maya drives on. The ring pulses warm against her skin. And somewhere ahead in the fog and the darkness, the next target waits.